Hello Internet and welcome back to my channel. So, this is an in-depth beginner's guide to currencies in Legends of Runeterra. So, what is a currency? Currencies are resources in-game that you can trade for other resources, items, buffs, etc. Currency categories. There are 3 currency categories in Legends of Runeterra: Path of Champions currencies, PvP currencies, and pay-to-win currencies. For disclaimer, for those that only want to see the Path of Champion currencies, there are some PvP currencies that will help you in Path of Champions, and there are some pay-to-win currencies that you'll need to know how to use if you ever want to spend money in the game for Path of Champions. Now, Path of Champion currencies. There are 6 types of currencies in Path of Champions: Fragments, Wild and Champion Fragments, Stardust, Dark Crystals, Nova Shards, Nova Crystals, and Gemstones, and I also put all of them besides each other. Nova Shards are here with the Bandle City Nova Shard. So Fragments, there are 2 types, Champion and Wild. What are the differences between them? Champion Fragments can only be used on their specific champion, while Wild Fragments can be used on any champion. Disclaimer though, Champion Fragments are always used before Wild ones. How do you use them? To unlock, on what do you use them? To unlock champions, to unlock everything besides gemstone upgrades in the champion constellations. What are the costs of these things? 30 to unlock the champion, 10 for its first star, 20 for its second star, 40 for its third star, 60 for its fourth star, 80 for its fifth star, 100 for its sixth star, and 40 for each of their 5 bonus stars. In total, that's 540 shards for every upgrade. In total, not each. How do you obtain them? Wild fragments can be obtained from daily quests. You get 5 aka 35 per week. Legend levels 21, 24, 27 and 29 getting 6, 8, 12 and 16 respectively. Monthly changes, level 5 and 35 getting 10 and 20 respectively. Battle Pass, store bundles, the 5th star champion bundle gives you 25 wild fragments. Diamond vaults, you have the chances of getting wild fragments from diamond vaults over here. There are quests that give you wild fragments, I just don't know them. And you also have a hard limit of 200 wild fragments. If you buy wild fragments, you can go above that limit, but you won't be able to earn any more wild fragments. For example, if I'm at 200 wild fragments and I buy the 5th star champion bundle, I will have 225, but I won't be able to earn any wild fragments from the daily quests. So, normal champion fragments, how do you obtain them? Well, they can be obtained from vaults. You have the vaults here and the percentages of champion fragments, legend levels, campaign adventures and champion adventures, chapter quests, only Jinx, Yasuo and OG Lux have those, and the battle pass. Now, what are some special rules to fragments? Well, the first and most important rule, gold, plat and diamond chests have duplicate protection. What does that mean? Well, if I have every single Nidalee upgrade, and I get a gold vault, I cannot get Nidalee inside it, because I already had everything for her. I can, however, get Nidalee in silver and bronze vaults. What happens to the extra Nidalee fragments? Well, shards that you get for champs that are maxed out get converted to Stardust, 10 per fragment. 10 Nidalee fragments means 100 Stardust. The second special rule. Timos, the Swift Scout, and Misfortunes, the Bounty Hunter adventures reward you with 10 shards for the champ that you beat the adventure with one exception. Aesol, the Starforger himself. Beating the adventures mentioned before gives you random shards instead of shards for Aesol. Aesol can't use wild fragments. His 4-star costs 100 shards instead of the usual 60 and doesn't need anything besides his fragments. The only way to get Aesol fragments is from his bundle, that is not available anymore, and the monthly changes, levels 15, 30, 45 and 60, awarding 10 fragments for the first 3 of these levels, aka 15, 30 and 45, and 20 for level 60. Aesol needs 200 fragments to be maxed out instead of the usual 100 for non-constellation champions. Now, the next is Star Crystals. There are 11 types, 1 for each region and 1 for Runeterra champions. Yordles use Bandle City Crystals, Morgana uses Starground Crystals, and the speculation is that 12 region champions will use the top region. What are they used on? Well, they are used to unlock the 4th and 5th star of champions. 10 for the 4th star, 40 for the 5th star. How do you obtain them? Star crystals can be obtained from the star vessels, it's in their name, battle pass, and the 4th and 5th star bundles of champions from the shop, giving 10 and 50 for the champion's specific region. For example, Swain's 5th star bundle gives you 50 Noxus star crystals. This should have been yellow, by the way, but I forgot to change it. Whatever. How do you obtain vessels? Well, star vessels can be obtained from adventures, battle pass, levels 25 and 50 of the monthly changes, giving you silver for 25 and gold for 50. The 5.5 nightmare giving you silver, specific quests, and constellation release bundle. And the constellation release bundle gives you 20 silver vessels. You have the chances for star crystals here. And just to clarify, even though it says 85, 14, 1 here, it's in total 100, so that's 100% chance of getting one of these things. There's no way you open a star vessel and you do not get star crystals. Nova Shards. They are the same, 11 types, one for each region and one for Runeterra champions. What are they used on? They are used to form a Nova crystal for their respective region. How? They combine automatically once you reach 100. How do you obtain them? Nova Shards can be obtained from gold star vessels. They have guaranteed chance of Nova Shards. Silver star vessels have a low chance of getting them. As you can see there, it's 5% and they replace Stardust. And vessels gives you shards for their respective region. If the region is not shown, it's just RNG. What does that mean? Well, I have a normal vessel here. Has no region, so it can give me any shards. If it was a Bendel City vessel, it would have given me Bendel City shards. You have the drop rates right here, as you can see. They are mostly unknown, so yeah. So, Nova Crystals. What are the types? There are 11 types, one for each region and one for Runeterra champions. The orders use a Bendel City Crystal, and Morgana uses the Targon Crystal. Speculation is the same, dual region champions will use the region that's on top. What are their usages? They are used to unlock the 6th star of a champion, and you only need one per champion. How do you obtain them? Nova crystals can be obtained from combining 100 Nova shards of a specific region to give you its crystal. They are guaranteed from platinum vessels. They have a 1% chance to drop from gold vessels, and they can be bought from the store. And there are 2 bundles that have them. Constellation Release Bundle that has 1 guaranteed Piltover and Zone crystal. It's pretty cheap, I think it's like $5 or 10. And the very expensive 7,590 Riot Coins Nova Bundles. There exists one for each region, and I think PNC has 2 or 3. So, something very important to note is that the 9,980 Riot Coins Celestial Bundle doesn't give you a crystal. Famous YouTuber and content creator Sunny got pretty disappointed by this when Constellations first got released. He wanted a Nora crystal, so got the Celestial Bundle, the Bendel City one, and he didn't get a crystal because those don't give you crystals. I'll tell you what they give later. So, Stardust. What are the types? None, it's just Stardust. What are the usages? It is used to buy stuff from the Emporium. It is the only way to get additional golden relic quarries, aka epic relics, and the only way to get additional spade forges. FYI, I didn't include the 3 bundles that can let you buy golden relic quarries with Riot coins, and I didn't include the bundles that let you buy spade forges with Riot coins because again, this is just normal currencies, not pay to win ones. How do you obtain Stardust? Stardust can be obtained from extra fragments at 10 per extra fragment conversion. Again, 10 Italy fragments equals 100 Stardust. Star vessels, it's in the name. Extra relics, 50 for a common, 100 for a rare, and 300 for an epic. The battle pass, quests, 300 from the Emporium for 7,000 green shards. That's another currency that I'll discuss, and that's why you should watch the entire video and see the other currencies because they will affect, some of them affect Path of Champions. And And you get 1000 for beating Ace for the first time, Lysandra the fourth time, and Swain and Yasuo the second time. So, what should you use it on? Firstly, you should always save up 3000 for the Golden Reliquary. Why? Because the Golden Reliquary has the longest cooldown in the Emporium of 1 month. So if you miss even one, that's one additional month that you have to wait to complete your collection, and epic relics are really cool and powerful. Second, copies of other relics. Because your best chance of getting 3 copies of every single relic is through the Emporium. Most of the time chests will just give you duplicate. Just so you know, some relics need you to first unlock them in order to be able to get the Emporium. I don't know the list, I just know that that's how it works. Spirit Forges third, because you'll eventually need 3 Spirit Forges for each of your champions, but they are not that that high priority because you get 1 per day, so 3 days and you fully max out a champion. It's not that high of a priority. And last but not least, Gemstone Vessels. They are not worth it at all because they cost 1500 Stardust and you need 5 of them, and all of those 5 need to hit the exact same region in order to buy the cheapest gemstone node. That's really not worth it, trust me. So yeah, this is a mid-roll ad technically. If you've enjoyed this presentation so far, subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Twitch. You have the link in the description and the name here. And yeah, appreciate your support. Now, gemstones. There are 11 types, 1 for each region and 1 for Runeterra. Fjords use Benzel City, Morgana uses Targon, and the same. Speculation is that they use the region on top. Usage. Firstly, they are useless. They unlock Celestial Nodes in Constellation. Celestial Nodes grant 1 additional item for support champions. This costs 100 or 150. Buff the odds for epic and legendary powers and items during adventures. 250 or 200. Additional XP gain from the champion's entire region, aka multi-region champions grant half the buff to both regions. 350 or 400. Additional health regen, gold, rerolls for the champ's entire region. Same rule as XP. 250 or 300 gemstones. So, how do you obtain them? There are 2 ways. Gemstone Vessels and buying the 9980 Riot Coins Celestial Bundle. You have the chances of getting gemstones here. So, why are they useless? Well, cost and difficulty to get. You can only get them from the vessels that cost 1500 Stardust, and most of them give you only 20, while the cheapest gemstone upgrade is 100. So that's 7500 Stardust for 1 upgrade, and that's assuming you get the same region 5 times in a row. And that the cheapest 100th gemstone upgrade isn't locked behind a star that you can't even get to. The 2 other ways of getting them is through the 6.5 Nightmare, which even though has been done with 3-star champs every single week by YouTubers such as myself, most people still don't want to challenge them without 4-star ASOL or 6-star champion. And the other way is reaching level 70 on the monthlies, which take very long time and you need multiple 3-star champions to do it. They just aren't worth the hassle and resources. So let's say that you hit the high roll and get 800 gemstones from a diamond vessel. Nobody knows how you got the diamond vessels, let's just say that it happens. What upgrades can you get? Well, my dear friend, you are getting one more item on your support champion from world champion in your entire collection. Or double the XP for an entire region. That just doesn't do anything because you'll most likely have all the champions in that region maxed out at the point that you get this vessel anyway. And cosmic blessings are just way more efficient. You can also get a greater chance at epic and legendary items in a run, which is pretty cool, but there is a 3000 Stardust permanent buff that can be used on any champion that you just need to hit of the golden reliquary for that. And the other upgrade that just randomly gives you stuff between rerolls and health regen and Nexus health, it's just too random so you can't really quantify it. So yeah, They just aren't worth it, man. Now, most of you probably couldn't have kept up with everything, so I just made this little table to show you everything, from the currencies themselves to what everything unlocks and uses. This has been covered in another one of my videos, so I suggest you check that out if you want to understand this table if you don't already understand it. The TLDR is that green means that it's guaranteed, yellow means that it's very unlikely, and red means that it's not possible. Now, for PvP currencies. There are two types of currencies in PvP that can also be used in Path of Champions, and a third one that's only for PvP. The currencies are Green Shards, Essence, and Wildcards. Green Shards. There is only one type, Green Shards. What are its usages? They are used in PvP to buy cards for the following prices. Champions cost 3000 Green Shards, Epics 1200, Rares 300, and Commons 100. They can also be used to buy Path of Champion Bronze and Gold Vaults in the Emporium for 15,000 and 75k respectively, not 35. Or is it 35? I'm not sure. It's either 75 or 35. And in case you forgot, these are the Bronze Vaults. Now, how do you obtain Green Shards? Green Shards can be obtained from chests, obtained from the region roads, and the weekly vaults. And duplicate cards give you 15, 60, 250, and 750 green shards based on their rarity. Commons 15, rare 60, epics 250, and champions 750. Here are the chances, here are the amount of green shards that you'll get. 60 from a bronze, 140 from a silver, 240 from a gold, 360 from a platinum, and 500 from a diamond. Now, all of these can be more than that, but that's just the base value. Now, the next one is Essence. Again, there is only one type, Essence. What are its usages? They are used in PvP to upgrade cards to their prismatic variant for the following prices. 700 for champions, 300 for epics, 200 for rares, and 100 for commons. You can see the difference here, how the Herald of the Spring, there is all shiny. Now, upgraded cards are also prismatic in Path of Champions, that's why this is a hybrid currency. The card spawns a token, the token will also be prismatic. For example, Elixir Spiders will also be prismatics, or Aphelios' weapons, or the Howling Abysses champions, etc. You must first own the card in the collection in order to upgrade it. You can turn off prismatics entirely by going into the customization, or you can turn off individual prismatics by going in your card collection. Now, as I mentioned green shards before that you can buy Path of Champion vaults with them, I do not recommend buying them. I recommend keeping them because you can never know if you want to play PvP, or you can never know if you just want to get a prismatic of, I don't know, Jinx or something, and you need to own Jinx in order to prismatic her, so that's 3000 shards that you'll need. Now, how do you obtain Essence? Essence can be obtained from pouches, prismatic chests. The chest can also give you, these chests give you a selection of 3 cards from the chest's rarity to upgrade to prismatic. So common chests give you 3 common cards and you choose one. Rare chests the same, and epic chests the same. Every single chest has a chance to upgrade in its higher variant. That's why there's no champion chest here, because you cannot normally get it. Epic chests must upgrade into a champion chest in order to get a champion. Now, both pouches and chests are obtained from weekly and daily missions, and chests can randomly upgrade like normal card chests. The third currency, Wildcards. There are 4 types: champion, epic, rare, and common. And what are their usages? They are used to unlock cards on the same rarity in the collection, saving you green shards. So, how do you obtain wildcards? Wildcards can be obtained from the shop for RIOT coins. It is not worth it at all. Wild capsules, normal cards upgrading to wild. You'll get guaranteed 1 champion wildcard from the weekly vault if you upgrade it to diamond level. And the region roads. Here are the chances of your capsules becoming wild capsules and your cards upgrading to wild cards. Champions being the only exception, having a 5% instead of 10% chance. Now, again, a TLDR. Here are the currencies. Here is what they do, or from where to get them. Now, for the pay-to-win currency, there is only one, RIOT coins. So, RIOT coins, there is only one type, but there's different bundles that you can buy. Here are the coins that you can get and the amount of money that they cost and how the bundles look. This may have changed, I'm not sure, because RIOT always changes prices, and they are also region dependent, so don't kill me if the price doesn't match. Usages. They are used to buy things from the shop or the collection or the emporium or in POC in the champion unlock screen. You can buy Wildcards, not recommended at all. Prismatic cards, not recommended at all. Normal cards, again, not recommended at all. Champions in Path of Champions. This is recommended, but just so you know, you can't buy upgrades with RIOT coins, so if you want to like 2-star jinx, you'll need shards. You can't just buy your way to it. And you can also get relics, unobtainable emotes, icons, skins, card backs, guardians, and boards from the emporium. You can get always available skins, card backs, guardians, etc. in the shop. You can buy Path of Champions bundles and the premium side of the battle pass. Now, here's what I recommend to use them for. In PvP, buy cosmetics and never buy cards or prismatics. They are not worth it. Path of Champions, buy the Constellation Starter Bundle, the one that gives you a PNZ Nova Crystal. It's the best value in Path of Champions. The Battle Pass is the second best value in Path of Champions if you complete it, so I suggest that you first complete the Battle Pass, then you buy this. The Path of Champions Starter Bundle, that's the bundle that gives you Bard Shards, Garen Shards, Lux Shards, something like that. I don't remember. I only remember the Bard Shards, nothing else. I think it also gives you Gwen Shards. So, what else? Champion starter bundles. These are the ones that have the champion with 3 stars on them and an exclusive relic. For example, Swains has his Ravenous Flock that deals 5 to a Nexus and heals you 5. MFs that will rotate out has your 1 cost unit pings the Nexus and so on. And never buy the Gemstone bundle. As I've mentioned, it's 9,980 coins and it's not worth it at all. So yeah, this was it. So, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, and yeah, have a nice day.